Deadpool! Deadpool is a superhero comedy that mixes self aware referential humor, well choreographed action, and a story that doesn't take itself seriously and at the same time conveys its pure intention. What if I tell you that director Eric Mati achieved that and more in the year 2000 with Pedro Penduko Return of the Comeback?
Kung akala mo tapos ng gulo, ano pa ba sira bang ulo mo? Lumalaganap na naman ang kadiliman sa ibabaw ng mundo. Eto ako, handang tumulong sa iyong kagimitan. Tawagin lang ang aking pangalan, Pedro Penduko na naman. Pedro Penduko na naman.
The plot of the film is simple. Another world, Kandinugan, is in peril because of this Menukawa dude that wants world domination. This world doesn't have a strong enough person to defend itself from evil, so the isekai a dude from the Philippines to do it. Oh, didn't I mention? They have anime tropes as well. You'll see more later. The film starts where Minukawa and his men, the Lanto ng Kanak, successfully destroys the town and warns the whole world that he will destroy everything in his path to get to the Tungkong Langit, or the plot device. They didn't shy off from showing killing or dead bodies around here either. It gives the impression that this group is ruthless and unforgiving. We cut to a discussion of elders, and they are divided into surrendering the Tungkong Langit or fighting Minukawa. Most of them are into the surrendering plan so that they can live. But one dude argues that the plot device is the soul of the world, so they shouldn't give up. He plans to travel to another world to get a hero prophesized by their history to save them. Another elder argues that the hero is dead. We get a reveal that this brave elder's name is Magwayan, and he says he'll find the hero's grandchild. Magwayan fits into this anime archetype of old mentor dude. He has this hero mentality of not giving up, and at the same time, it's hinted that he has skills, but not on par with the villain.
Ano ang laban natin sa mga lanto ng kanak? Hindi tayo mga mandirigma. Ikaw higit sa lahat ang dapat na nakakaalam.
I actually like the shot they used in this council scene. The members are revealed one by one, circling the others, and the backs of the other members are also shown, which implies volume. Their dialogue implies their importance in leadership with the difficult choices they're making by sacrifice. Then, when Magwine speaks, he follows the camera by talking to the council members to persuade them. But when he was told that the hero is dead, the camera stops and the characters are against the light in the shadow. But Magwine's faith is strong that burns like a flame that transitions into the title. After the opening credits, we get a situation where there's townspeople trying to subdue a monster with a pig-like face and bat wings. It has a child hostage and won't let go until our protagonist steps in. At first, you thought he'll say something heroic, but no, he has a hostage himself, which is the child of the monster. The monster lets go of her own hostage, and Pedro uses his amulet or medallion to restore the monsters back to human form. Pedro is celebrated but mad at the fact that the townspeople bothered his sleep just for this. He then decides to give up heroic work and try to be an actor in the big city. He is mocked by the villagers. This portrays our protagonist as self-serving and selfish. He still saves the day, but not by heroic means, and he doesn't really care about if he's thanked or not. Fast forward, Pedro arrives in the city and is cast in a role, but he's just a goon. He's scolded by the main actor and director because he won't die in the scene where he's supposed to die, which shows his wannabe protagonist attitude. He's removed from the scene and unintentionally triggers the explosives of an action scene, which gets him fired. He's chased by the cast and crew of the film and is saved by a disguised Maguayan, which offers him a new job. Pedro, dense as fuck, assumes the job is an acting gig. Maguayan describes the job as dangerous, but Pedro, in his hubris, is confident as long as he has his medallion. They get back to Pedro's place as he reluctantly accepts Maguine's offer, and get this, they get transported to the other world with a truck. With a freaking truck. They get transported to another world by a truck. Isekai. They travel to a nearby village filled with evacuees from the villages from Minakawa's raids. The set design in this tree village is fantastic. The houses are made with wooden ropes and resembles a lived-in environment where people actually live. Pedro still thinks this is a movie set and forgot his common sense and mistakenly kisses a girl who he thought is his love interest. This girl is Bulan. She fights Pedro and displays her prowess because Pedro's kiss signified their engagement. Pedro now realizes he's in a different world now. What a dense motherfreaker. Because of this, Pedro wants to go home now. He still insists that he is retired as a hero. Maguire implores Pedro and explains the details, and once his mission is done, he'll get him back to his old world.
Sino ba makakalaban ko?
Si Minokawa. Parating na siya.
Si Minokawa?
Si Minokawa? Sino yun?
The village is now evacuating to escape Minokawa. Pedro prepares himself for battle, casually. A child named Aliyah approaches him and tries to steal some food. They have a conversation where the child mocks him that he will be sure to be defeated, but shares a secret passage to escape when he's defeated. Bulan also wants to fight, but is prevented from doing so. Pedro is confident that he can defeat them thanks to his medallion. After a long wait, Minokawa and his goons arrive. Ominously. Pedro warns them with his medallion, but they snag his medallion. This one thing that Pedro has his confidence on gets snagged so easily. Pedro gives a good fight but is ultimately defeated. There's even a good fight among the scaffolding of the village. Pedro escapes through the secret passage and meets with the villagers. Pedro wants to quit because without his medallion, he's lost. They get to a village where Pedro was told the story of his grandfather, Penduko, with his champions and his feats against demons. Only 2 champions were left since then, Minokawa, who was corrupted, and Maguian. The Tungkong Langit is the one that Minokawa needs, and if he gets to her, the world is sure to end in doom. In the middle of the night, Pedro's grandfather appears before him and encourages him to fight, and that even without his medallion, the power he needs is inside him. Pedro meets Aliyah again and gives her the snack he owed for sharing the secret passage. Maguian and the other chiefs agree that they need to choose 5 champions to fight Minokawa and his goons, and decide that there will be a ritual display of skill to decide. So this is a tournament arc! Bakokok, Tukmol, Putakti, Bulan, and Pedro are decided at the end, and Maguian decides to train the new champions. Training arc! But they fail to train properly. The Tungkol Langit arrive at the village, even with the threat of Minokawa. She hopes that her appearance will show the citizens that they are not abandoned, and she wishes to see the champions practice. Maguian reluctantly agrees even if the champions are unready. But it's disrupted because Minokawa has arrived. The citizens scatter. Some people die. The Tungkol Langit escape, and the champions went to the front lines to fight. The champions get smashed. They are not ready. They retreat, and on the verge of being defeated, Maguire appears to fight Minakawa and his men alone.
Magwayan, dati kong kaibigan. Ibigay mo sa akin ang tungkong langit.
Maguire sacrifices himself for the champions. While Pedro and the champions find their way back to reunite with the villagers, they encounter this amazing fellow.
Maari ho bang malaman ang daan patungong bayan ng Tabuknon?
Tabuknon? Tabuknon. Bata pa ako nung dinala ako ng mga magulang ko doon. Sumakabilang buhay na sila pero sariwa pa rin sa aking alaala.
Direk, wala na bang mas magaling naka-eksena kaysa rito?
Jano, sorry ha.
Oh, palitan na to!
Kaya no one more chance.
Ka-eksena ko may sakit. O, Jano.
41D! Shot 3! Take 2!
Amang, maari ho bang malaman ang daan patungong bayan ng Tabuknon?
Tabuknon? Tabuknon.
Yan!
Bata pa ako nung dinala ko ng mga magulang ko doon. Sumakabilang buhay na ang aking mga magulang. Pero hanggang ngayon, sariwa pa rin sa aking mga alaala. Tabuknon. Ang magandang bayan sa likod ng disyerto. Sa tabi ng dagat. Tabuknon. Ang nalalabing alahas ng kawawa nating kaharian. Kung hinahanap nyo ang bayan na ito, pagmasdan. Ayun. Tabuknon.
The champions reunite with the villagers. The Tungkol Langit decides to surrender and let the villagers escape, but Pedro and the champions disagree. They want to fight again in order to protect the citizens. The Tungkol Langit blesses the warriors. Another training montage happens where the champions learn how to fight together. Aliyah watches them. They become successful. They even get armor upgrades. They wait for Minokawa, but he arrives with an army. But surprise! The citizens also back up the champions. The armies clash until the champions fight against Minokawa and his men. Many have died, but they have died fighting what they stand for. The champions' teamwork proved to be effective. Rather than 5 1v1s, it's a 5v5. Minokawa escapes the fight and hurries to the Tungkol Langit. He gets to her but gets stopped by Aliyah, where she reveals to be the true Tungkol Langit. The champions finish Minokawa's men one by one, and now Minokawa is the only one left. Pedro chases after Minokawa and fights him. It's a stalemate, but Pedro throws sand in Minokawa's face with his pants down and breaks the fourth wall
Ako, si Pedro Penduko. At ako,
Akong bida rito.
and kills Minokawa. Overall, this film is really a product of its time. But the quality and the set design is still a 10 out of 10 for me. The shots Eric Matter and his production staff had done deserves more recognition. The fight scenes are mid, but it gets a plus for effort. Rewatching this film in the 2020s really surprised me by the number of isekai and superhero tropes this film had. It might be a biased take, but this film gets a 9 out of 10 for me.
Pedro Penduko na naman. Pedro Penduko na naman. Pedro Penduko na naman. Pagkalipas ng ilang taon, eto ako nagbabalik. Di mapigilan ang sarili na magsabog pang uli ng walas di. Multo, halimaw at aswang, tape, maligno at buang. Takot sa isang pangalan. Pedro Penduko na naman.